Good evening, everyone. I'm Maria Bartiromo, and this is the Business of Innovation.
In the modern world, you can't build anything by yourself.
It is extremely important that people get along. It may not have been true before, but the kinds of things we have to build technologically are way too complex.
Innovators who can't work with a team will never innovate anything.
Okay, so how do you innovate if the people posing those small questions are spread out all over the world?
Companies can learn a lot from an octopus.
Imagine an octopus, okay? And this octopus has one arm that is looking for a sea urchin, and another arm would like to go visit another octopus, and another arm that would like to be able to fight the first arm for the sea urchin. Why don't octopuses like that exist? They don't exist because they have a central processor, a central mind, that actually adjudicates disputes between arms. Corporate memory is one of the things of the future. The idea of managing all of what's going on there so you don't have companies working against each other the way the octopus would.
All right, so we've got people talking to each other. Now, where do we find these people?
When you hire people, you want to understand how they see the world.
Let's put some of these questions to our group of distinguished CEOs tonight. On the day Bob Kraft purchased the Patriots, he announced his intentions to bring a championship to New England. Frustrated from being ripped off on office products, Tom Stenberg turned his gripe into gold. In 1986, at 37 years old, Stenberg pioneered the office superstore industry when he founded Staples. Ford Models is a global modeling powerhouse, and Katie Ford is the creative CEO at its helm. So how do you innovate when you've got 25% of your workforce turning over every year?
Well, for us, DNA is more important than GPA, and we do a lot of testing when we bring our players in that they can fit in, that they're people who are willing to be part of a team, subjugate their ego for the good of the whole, and that they can handle the pressure that we bring.
Katie, what about you? I mean, you have this vast model roster, certainly diverse.
For us, we are completely a people business. I agree that ideas come from the customer. We opened a 12+ division based on customers. We opened a division for older men and women based on advertisers' needs as the population was changing.
One of the themes we've been seeing throughout our program is finding a void and filling it. That's precisely what you did in founding Staples and making sure you had the right team there to really create a certain culture.
Yeah, I think one of the important things as you talk about innovation, Maria, that you kind of get the impression it's a bunch of people sitting in a room thinking of ideas maybe in a padded cell. In reality, most great ideas actually come from your customer.
In the last 5 years, no other coach in college football has amassed more wins and brought home more hardware than USC head coach Pete Carroll.
I want to do things better than it's ever been done before. That thought drives me. That doesn't have to do with the win that day. It's how you perform. If we're playing a team that's struggling, we should beat them by a lot because we respect the encounter. We perform really well regardless of what aspect they bring to the game. Clearly, what I've learned is how powerful it is to really know who you are and what you want. Without that connection, you can't achieve at the highest level and recreate it.
In the sport of skateboarding, Tony Hawk is the innovator. He's built a business empire around his sport and himself. How challenging is it to manage this diverse group of people, and they're all around the world?
You know, it comes really naturally because we don't hire people based on getting resumes and headhunting and things like that. We hire people from really within our industry, from within our culture, and we don't have to give them a crash course in this is what skateboarding is, this is what the culture looks like, this is the music, this is the style. You know what I mean? They've already lived it. It really is a very select few number of people that grew up living this, and we were all living it as outcasts.
Well, you know, the thing he keeps saying that, you know, he said it so often that I don't know if we're hearing it. He said, I want to do it my way, and we all want to do it our way. And you heard the same thing with Pete Carroll. It's the sense that I know the right way to do it, I want people on my team who want to do it my way, is what innovators actually sound like and look like.
How do you collaborate across oceans? How do you bridge the cultural divides and get your business to innovate on a geography-defying scale? Here to help us answer these questions are some of the business world's brightest experts. Polly LaBarre, former senior editor at Fast Company magazine. Carlos Rome, CEO of HSM Americas. Dave Petnaik, adjunct professor at Stanford University. So Dave, how do you do it? How do you continue to innovate knowing that you do have geographic challenges and you do have barriers like cultural differences?
We spend a lot of time telling companies to play to their strengths, get back to what makes them really good, because they didn't get there by accident. Along the way, they had moments of innovation, and we want to find out what those moments are so we can do more of that.
What do you think about that, Roger?
I think innovation is problem-driven. So the issue is, are you getting people to think about problems? And to be able to voice it, solutions come.
And that's the business of innovation for this week. I'm Maria Bartiromo. Good night.
You don't have to be big to have a big idea, but you might need just a little help pulling it off. And for more information on our programs, go to innovation.cnbc.com for videos, transcripts, and more.